When the internet thought it had seen every kind of betrayal, Chrissy decided to one-up the game with a scandal so wild it makes even the Kardashians look like saints. Picture this. Jim Jones, the man who once stood by her through chaos, heartbreak, and reality TV meltdowns, suddenly finds out his longtime partner isn't just stepping out. She's allegedly stepping into a brand new marriage. Yes, you heard that right. Chrissy, the same Chrissy who built her entire persona on loyalty and ride or die vibes, is now accused of having a secret husband. But wait, it gets worse. Not only was this supposed marriage kept under wraps, but insiders claim it all unraveled during a secret night encounter so messy it could fuel an entire love and hip-hop spin-off by itself. And when Jim found out, the man reportedly broke down in ways fans never imagined. Anger, heartbreak, and a public spiral that had social media eating up every single frame. So, here's the burning question. Was Chrissy really living a double life this whole time? Or is this just another staged spectacle designed to keep her name trending? Buckle up, because the receipts, the whispers, and the meltdown are uglier than anyone expected. The story begins not with a wedding dress or champagne flutes, but with whispers in the back corners of New York's nightlife. Chrissy, long painted as Jim Jones, eternal ride or die, was spotted slipping into a luxury black SUV outside a downtown hotel. Normal maybe. But when the man escorting her wasn't Jim, but a mysterious figure insiders dubbed the new husband, the internet radar went off like a nuclear siren. This wasn't just a casual dinner. According to an anonymous concierge who swore to bloggers under the promise of secrecy, Chrissy checked into the hotel under a fake name, Mrs. Williams. The twist, Jim Jones' last name is Jones. So, who the hell is Williams, and why is Chrissy allegedly using it as her alias? For years, Chrissy and Jim had packaged themselves as the dysfunctional but unbreakable couple of hip-hop reality television. Their screaming matches, proposals, and reconciliations filled love and hip-hop with ratings gold. Fans joked they fought harder than they loved. But through it all, Jim stayed the man, and Chrissy stayed the loyal queen. That was the brand. But like every good brand, the facade eventually cracked. The scandal didn't explode overnight. No, this was a slow-cooked disaster marinated in years of rumors. Remember the 2017 fiasco when blogs swore Chrissy had been spotted cozying up to a Wall Street investor, or the cryptic Instagram stories of Jim late at night posting captions like "Trust nobody" and "Loyalty is dead"? Fans brushed it off as reality TV promo. But in hindsight, those were the red flags waving right in our faces. And now, with this secret husband angle, suddenly all the puzzle pieces fit. An alleged insider calling themselves Cease's bestie on a gossip forum dropped a bombshell thread. Chrissy been married on the low papers, signed in Vegas 2 years ago. Jim knew nothing. That's why she moved different. Y'all really thought she was still waiting for a ring? Please, she been had one. The internet went wild. Screenshots of supposed marriage records circulated like wildfire. One blurry image, allegedly pulled from Clark County's archives, showed a Christine Lamon tied to a man named Marcus Williams. The date 2023. Was it fake? Probably. But since when has the internet cared about facts when the tea is boiling? Jim's fans, the Dipset loyalists who worshipped him for decades, felt betrayed on his behalf. Meme spread. Imagine holding Chrissy down for 20 years and she sneak marries a Walmart brand Jay-Z. Brutal. Others though weren't shocked. One viral tweet read, "Jim never married her. She got tired of waiting. Don't blame Chrissy. Blame Jimmy." But the alleged marriage wasn't the only scandal. No, this secret night became the centerpiece of the storm. According to sources, Chrissy and this Marcus character spent hours inside the hotel suite. Staff claimed they ordered champagne, strawberries, and wait for it, rose petals. Like some honeymoon package straight out of a reality show. One anonymous bartender swore he overheard Chrissy laughing and saying, "Finally, a man who don't play me." Whether true or not, the quote spread across blogs like gospel. Overnight, hashtags like #ChrissyMarried and #JimHeartbreak began trending. Jim's reaction: oh, it wasn't silence. It was chaos. The rapper, who once held his composure through beefs with Jay-Z, Cameron, and even industry execs, reportedly broke down when the rumors hit. A leaked voice note surfaced. Allegedly, Jim calling a friend at 3 a.m., his voice cracked, muttering, "I held her down all these years. How's she going to do me like this?" Was it authentic? Nobody knows. But fans didn't care. It sounded real enough, and that was enough to bury him in humiliation. But here's where it gets nastier. The scandal wasn't just about Chrissy and Marcus. It was about the money trail. Bloggers dug into alleged financial records showing Chrissy withdrawing thousands from a joint account with Jim. Where was the money going? According to whispers, to fund her new life with Marcus. One particularly juicy leak claimed Chrissy gifted Marcus a brand new Rolex for his birthday, allegedly paid for by flipping one of Jim's old jewelry pieces. Whether it was truth or trolling, fans ate it up. Twitter threads popped up with captions like "She re-gifted Jimmy's chain to her side husband. Cold world. And if you thought Jim would stay quiet, think again." Within days, he jumped on Instagram Live, eyes bloodshot, voice shaking, and ranted, "You think you know somebody? I built with her. I starve with her. I gave her everything. And this what I get? Married behind my back. Don't play with me." The clip went viral instantly. Some fans sympathized. Others clowned him. One meme showed Jim's teary face next to a caption, "Imagine losing a girl to a man with a rental Kia." The narrative had shifted. Chrissy, once the loyal partner, was now painted as the conniving wife with a double life. Jim, once the cool-headed hustler, was now the broken man betrayed by his own queen. And Marcus, he became the faceless villain everyone wanted to unmask. But here's where the so-called investigation took a darker turn. Anonymous bloggers claimed Marcus wasn't just a random guy. He allegedly had a criminal record. Leaked documents, blurry PDFs floating on Reddit suggested charges of fraud, tax evasion, and even domestic disputes. Whether authentic or fabricated, fans connected the dots instantly. Chrissy left Jimmy for a scammer. The backlash hit Chrissy hard. Her Instagram flooded with snake emojis. Comment sections read, "How you cheat on Jim with a felon, and sis waited 20 years for a ring, then got one from a scammer. Make it make sense." Still, not everyone was against her. Some fans defended Chrissy, arguing Jim strung her along for too long. One viral TikTok with over 2 million views featured a woman saying, "Ladies, let's be real. 20 years no ring. She did what she had to do. Period." And just when you thought things couldn't get uglier, a shocking video leaked. A grainy clip allegedly filmed in the hotel hallway showed Chrissy in a silk dress entering a suite with Marcus. The Times matched the night in question. The internet lost its collective mind. Bloggers plastered it everywhere. Headlines screamed, "Chrissy caught on camera with secret husband." Jim's world collapsed further. Reports surfaced that he canceled shows, skipped studio sessions, and even cut off friends who joked about the scandal. An insider whispered, "He's not eating, not sleeping. He feel like the clown of hip-hop right now." And that's the part nobody saw coming. Jim Jones, the tough Harlem hustler, reduced to a man drowning in betrayal. But if you thought part 1 was explosive, wait until you see what's next. Because the leaks, the reactions, and the consequences, they're about to take this scandal from tabloid fodder to full-blown cultural earthquake. The grainy hallway footage was enough to turn whispers into a full-scale digital manhunt. Within hours, every gossip blog had watermarked the clip like it was the Zapruder film of hip-hop scandal. The hashtags exploded. Hashtag Chrissy expose, hashtag Jim Heartbreak, and the cruelest one of all, #secret husband goals. Fans dissected every frame of the shaky video. One Twitter user slowed it down and captioned, "Enhance. Look at the way she touches his arm. That's not casual. That's Wi-Fi be." Another claimed the shadow on the wall revealed Marcus handing her a room key. It didn't matter that the footage was pixelated beyond recognition. Everyone had already made up their minds. Chrissy had been caught red-handed. Jim's meltdown deepened. Insiders whispered he locked himself in a studio for days, blasting old Dipset tracks at ear-splitting volume. One alleged friend leaked. He kept muttering, "I put her on TV. I put her in houses, and she'd do me like this." The image of a broken Jim Jones ricocheted through hip-hop media. Memes mocked him as Mr. Chrissy's ex, while others pitted him all those years and she gave her loyalty to another man. But the scandal wasn't just about love. It was about money, power, and receipts. A so-called investigative blog published what they claimed were screenshots from a joint bank account. The transactions were damning. $15,000 withdrawn in cash, $8,500 spent at Cartier, and $22,000 wired to a Vegas events company. The blog's caption said it all. This wasn't a fling. This was a wedding. The internet erupted. Threads titled, "Follow the money. Chrissy's secret wedding fund went viral. TikTok sleuths claimed the Cartier purchase matched a men's wedding. Fans spotted on Marcus' Instagram weeks earlier. Was it doctored evidence? Maybe, but for fans hungry for drama, it was enough. And then came the audio leak. A shady YouTube channel dropped a muffled recording, allegedly from that hotel suite. Voices whispered in the dark, clinking glasses in the background. A female voice claimed to be Chrissy's was heard saying, "Finally, my real husband." Another male voice replied, "You'll never have to wait again." Whether authentic or AI generated didn't matter. Within hours, the clip had racked up 500,000 views. Reaction videos flooded in. Bloggers replayed it, slowed it down, added subtitles, and stamped it as definitive proof. Jim's humiliation was complete. But Chrissy wasn't silent. She posted a cryptic Instagram story. A photo of herself sipping wine with the caption, "Y'all believe anything?" Fans split instantly. Was she denying the scandal, or mocking Jim's pain? The ambiguity only fueled the fire. Meanwhile, Marcus' name was being dragged through digital mud. His alleged criminal past resurfaced. Mugshots, real or fake, circulated with captions like, "Chrissy downgraded from Harlem royalty to a two-bit scammer." One tabloid swore he'd been investigated for running a fraudulent real estate scheme in Atlanta. Another claimed he once scammed his own and out of her pension. Whether truth or fabrication, the internet didn't care. Marcus was now the villain in hip-hop's most viral soap opera. And while Jim crumbled, Chrissy doubled down. According to insiders, she was spotted shopping in Soho, dripping in designer fits, unbothered by the scandal. Paparazzi photos showed her laughing with friends, clutching a $5,000 handbag. Headlines screamed, "Chrissy living her best life while Jim spirals." The contrast was brutal. One partner broken, the other thriving, but the backlash was brutal, too. Chrissy's comments flooded with venom. Snake emojis slithered across her posts. One fan wrote, "20 years down the drain for scammer with a embarrassing." Another added, "She waited 2 decades for a ring, then gave her loyalty to a criminal. Sis lost twice." Yet the support camp rallied to TikTok. Think pieces painted her as the victim of Jim's procrastination. "Ladies," one viral creator argued, "if a man won't marry you after 20 years, what do you expect?" She secured her future. That clip alone pulled 3 million views, sparking a gender war online. Hashtag Team Tressie versus hashtag Team Jim became the hottest battlefield on Twitter. And then came the industry fallout. Promoters quietly pulled Jim from festival lineups. They feared the scandal would overshadow performances. One leaked email from a booking agency read, "We can't risk the optics. Every headline is about Chrissy's new husband, not Jim's music." Ouch. Meanwhile, Chrissy allegedly landed offers. Rumors swirled that a streaming service was negotiating a duories. Chrissy's double life. Insiders claimed producers were salivating at the chance to turn the scandal into ratings gold. One blog quoted an anonymous exec, "This is bigger than Love and Hip Hop. This is Netflix-level mess." Jim's family wasn't spared either. His mother, known for her fiery personality, allegedly stormed onto Instagram Live, blasting Chrissy. "She's a liar. She's a manipulator. She used my son for fame and money, and now she's out here playing house with a criminal. Nah, we not letting this slide." Her rant went viral instantly, spawning memes of angry mom versus side husband. By now, the scandal had transcended hip-hop. Mainstream outlets picked it up. Morning shows debated it. Talk show hosts roasted it. Late-night comedians joked, "Jim Jones spent 20 years trying not to marry Chrissy. So she found someone who would." Plot twist. It wasn't about love. It was about Amazon Prime. Free 2-day shipping on marriage certificates. The cultural earthquake had arrived, but the biggest twist was still to come. A self-proclaimed whistleblower emailed multiple blogs with what they claimed were divorce filings. According to the alleged documents, Jim had officially filed to separate from Chrissy, citing irreconcilable betrayal. The kicker, he listed financial damages of nearly $2 million. Fans gasped. If real, this wasn't just heartbreak, it was a financial war. Jim wasn't just ending the relationship. He was suing Chrissy for allegedly funneling money to Marcus. Blogs plastered the headlines. Jim files $2 million suit against Chrissy. The internet roared from Love and Hip Hop to Law and Hip Hop. Jim's loyalists cheered. Chrissy's defenders cried foul. But the narrative had shifted once again. This wasn't just about betrayal. It was about survival. Would Jim claw back his pride? and fortune? Or would Chrissy spin the scandal into her biggest bag yet? And just as fans settled into the chaos, another shockwave hit. A leaked photo appeared allegedly showing Chrissy and Marcus in Las Vegas wearing wedding bands. The background, a neon-lit chapel famous for its celebrity quickie weddings. The caption exclusive, Chrissy and Marcus married in Vegas 2023. Whether staged or authentic, it was gasoline on a firestorm already raging. The fans went feral. Some shouted, "Proof she's been married this whole time." Others screamed, "This is Photoshop?" But the image had already done its job. It pushed the scandal past the point of no return, because if the Vegas wedding was real, Jim wasn't just betrayed, he was legally humiliated. And with prosecutors now rumored to be investigating Marcus for fraud, Chrissy's alleged marriage could drag her into a courtroom she never saw coming. The scandal had evolved from whispers to leaks, from heartbreak to lawsuits, and as the storm raged on, one thing became crystal clear. Chrissy's so-called secret husband wasn't just a man. He was a ticking time bomb. And when it explodes, the fallout could destroy more than just a relationship with Jim Jones. It could shatter her entire empire. The Vegas photo didn't just add fuel to the fire. It nuked the entire conversation. Overnight, timelines transformed into a courtroom. Threads dissected the chapel in the background, matching neon signs with Google Street View like it was CSI, Las Vegas. One viral tweet read, "That's the little white chapel on the strip. Britney got married there, Chrissy's following in her footsteps." Suddenly, this wasn't gossip anymore. This was history repeating itself. Celebrity quickie weddings that ended in disaster. Fans asked the obvious question. If Britney lasted 55 hours, how long would Chrissy's alleged marriage to Marcus survive? Jim's camp wasn't laughing. Word spread that his legal team had subpoenaed the chapel for marriage records. Imagine the humiliation. Your entire relationship dissected by strangers. While lawyers chased paperwork to confirm your partner secretly tied the knot with another man. And the fallout didn't stop there. A gossip site dropped what they called the Vegas vows leak. An anonymous source emailed them a scan page of what looked like a marriage certificate. Chrissy's name scribbled next to Marcus Williams dated 2023 signed by an Elvis impersonator, officiant. Was it real? Who knows? But blogs plastered it everywhere under the headline, "Exclusive. Chrissy's secret Vegas wedding confirmed." Jim's fans were relentless. Memes poured in. Split screens of Jim proposing to Chrissy on Love and Hip Hop versus Chrissy, allegedly saying, "I do," to Marcus in Vegas. Caption, 20 years versus 20 minutes. Brutal. Chrissy, meanwhile, try to clap back. On Instagram, she posted a selfie with the caption, "Y'all obsessed with my life. Touch grass." The internet splewed, comments dragged her mercilessly. "You ruined a legend for a scammer." Others defended her. She waited decades. She deserves happiness. But then came the prosecutors. Remember, Marcus' shady background. The narrative deepened. Jim, the broken Harlem hustler betrayed by his queen. Meanwhile, Marcus went ghost. His socials disappeared. No Instagram, no Twitter, nothing. Fans speculated he was in hiding. Some swore the feds had already picked him up. Others claimed Chrissy was protecting him, stashing him away like a fugitive. One wild rumor said he'd fled to Mexico. Another insisted he was spotted in Atlanta, ducking paparazzi. And while Marcus vanished, Chrissy leaned into the chaos. She appeared at a club in Miami, bottle in hand, dancing like nothing had happened. Paparazzi caught the footage and blogs plastered it with captions. Chrissy partying while Jim drowns in betrayal. Critics dragged her for being heartless. Supporters praised her for being unbothered. But the biggest bombshell was still ticking. A whistleblower leaked what they claimed were text exchanges between Chrissy and Marcus during the alleged Vegas wedding. One screenshot read, "Marcus, he'll never give you what I can. You're my wife now." Chrissy, finally. No more waiting. Real or fake, the internet didn't care. The screenshots went viral instantly, igniting another wave of chaos. Fans screamed. She admitted it. Others pointed out the fonts didn't match iMessage. But the drama was unstoppable. And then the unthinkable happened. Love and Hip Hop producers announced they had footage of Jim confronting Chrissy about the rumors. In a teaser clip, Jim sat across from her, voice shaking. "Tell me it's not true. Tell me you didn't marry him." Chrissy stared back, silent. The screen cut to black. The internet combusted. Fans screamed, cried, begged for the full episode. Memes, Flooded timelines. This scene will break the culture. VH1's ratings department was probably popping champagne. But behind the entertainment, the consequences grew darker. If the Vegas marriage was real, Chrissy could face bigamy charges, being married to 2 men at once. Lawyers weighed in, arguing that if Marcus's wedding was valid, Chrissy might have committed a crime. Imagine the woman who spent 20 years waiting for a proposal, now facing charges for marrying twice. Fans were stunned. Was Chrissy about to go from bride to defendant? Jim, meanwhile, leaned into the victim role. He released a freestyle on Instagram, spitting, "Loyalty is a myth. Love is a joke. Gave her my heart. She left me broke." The clip racked up millions of views. Fans called it his pain era. Some said he'd turned betrayal into art. Others said he was clout-chasing his own heartbreak. But the truth, everyone was cashing in. Chrissy, Jim, Marcus, whether victim, villain, or ghost, their names were everywhere. Blogs, podcasts, YouTubers, TikTokers, everyone wanted a piece of the scandal. One podcast host summed it up perfectly. "This ain't just gossip. This is Shakespeare with lace fronts and Instagram filters." And the cliffhanger, the court date. Prosecutors reportedly set a hearing to investigate Marcus' fraud case, with Chrissy potentially called as a witness or worse. A co-defendant, Jim, vowed to attend, to watch the truth unfold. The internet prepared for the showdown of the century. Because at the end of the day, this wasn't just about love. It was about betrayal, money, loyalty, and survival. Chrissy's empire was hanging by a thread. Jim's pride was shattered. And Marcus, he was the ghost everyone wanted to drag back into the spotlight. So, where does it end? With prison time, a divorce court brawl, or another love and hip-hop reunion special that cashes in on the pain? No one knows. But one thing is certain. Chrissy's secret night wasn't just a betrayal. It was a cultural earthquake, and the aftershocks, they're still shaking the internet to its core. So here we are. The empire of love and loyalty Chrissy and Jim Jones paraded for decades now lies in ashes. The scandals, the whispers, the Vegas chapel leaks, the screenshots, the audio clips, the heartbreak every piece of this messy puzzle has been thrown onto the internet like raw meat for the wolves. And the wolves, they're eating it alive. But the question remains, what happens next? Does Jim Jones rise from the ashes, turning betrayal into the biggest comeback Harlem's ever seen? Or does he drown in the humiliation of being the man who waited too long, only to be blindsided by a secret husband? Does Chrissy face legal heat for a Vegas marriage that might not even be legal? Or does she spin this chaos into her most profitable storyline yet? And Marcus, does he resurface to defend himself? Or does he remain the faceless villain fans love to hate, the scammer who allegedly stole not just money, but a queen's loyalty? The truth is, this isn't just a scandal. It's a cautionary tale. It's about how love can rot when trust is replaced with betrayal. How an empire built on image can crumble overnight, and how in the digital age, one leaked clip, one blurry photo, one cryptic caption can destroy everything. Now it's your turn. Whose side are you on? Jim, Chrissy, or Marcus? Do you think Chrissy was justified after waiting decades for a ring, or did she cross the ultimate line? Should Jim fight back harder or walk away for good? And is Marcus the villain or just the convenient scapegoat in a twisted love triangle? Drop your truth in the comments. Smash that like button if you're shocked as we are. And don't forget to subscribe to Gossip Spill Vibe, because here the scandals don't just spill, they explode.